Hi, hi everyone, it's Ali Talks. I know it's been a while, and every time I come back to you, I say the exact same thing how it's been a while, but this time it has been a little bit longer than normal. Um, and the reason why is because I've had a lot of extracurricular activities going on in my life in regards to my one of my other jobs. And so, therefore, it's kind of kept me out of touch or rather right here in front of the camera in order for me to do one of my, which was supposed to be a weekly um, vid or mom blog vid about, issues I want to discuss in regards to the Down syndrome community. Um, I'm speaking a little bit softly. I'm whispering a little bit because across from me, my little one is taking his nap. And then, of course, the music that you hear behind me, if you do hear it, is my daughter. She's in another room doing yoga. And so, therefore, I'm trying not to disturb either one of them. But like I said just a few seconds ago, that, one of my jobs is kind of, it has me doing different things, requirements that I have to have. And one of the workshops that I went to this Saturday was about the epidemic that is going on in our community with our children, just in the United States and their education level. Excuse me. And as I was listening and we were talking and we were discussing about one of the epidemics that, our nation is under in regards to this generation that's coming up. And that is going to take over this nation, in the next few decades, once the rest of us who are already not too old get older. One of the key things they talked about was critical thinking. And as I sat there listening, and we're discussing statistics and things that we are also seeing, amongst the generation in regards to how they are acquiring information in their academic settings, I started thinking about our children who have been diagnosed with Down syndrome. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, if our typical children, are at a crossroads, and you're going to have those that may not be able to successfully make it, in the higher education academia, on a higher education level. What about our children who have special needs, especially our children with Down syndrome? And so for a split second, the parent in me was, surfacing, and I am getting antsy, I'm getting apprehensive, I'm getting sad, I'm getting scared. Uh, all of these emotions are, you know, are surfacing up in me. And then I had to take a step back. And then I had to remember I am a progressive parent. And despite, what is going on in the outside world, our children came in, this world with challenges. So I knew that wherever I was going to try to take him or get him to, there were going to be challenges and battles. But the one thing that I remember I kept reiterating to myself was pre-K, school, inclusion, hands-on involvement with my child, parental involvement in my child, understanding, knowing his IEP or IFSP, whichever, he is going to carry here in the next year. And of course, for the next, 10, 16 years, because my goal is to try to make sure, or at least try my darndest to make sure, that when my son graduates, that he graduates with the rest of his peers at the age of 18 and not 21. Now, if he's trying the best that he can, and and to the best of his ability, that's all all he has, and he's given all that he can, and he makes it until he's 21. Okay, but with all of the things, because I can't think of what they call them right now, that are out there, especially in the academic world, and especially if early intervention is used and you use it to the best of your ability, into the best and appropriately as you can. I know that every time that we do those things with our children, that they have a better success rate in school and making and reaching those achievement goals that we have set for them in comparison to their peers. And so it doesn't matter what state or what stage your child is in regards to age. To all of my parents out there who have children with Down syndrome, if you're not involved as you should be, then you get involved. Because there is an epidemic in the educational world in regards to our typical children. And we cannot allow our children to get caught up in that system and get swept up in it and get lost, because they will. At this point in time, they're barely recognized. They are under the guise of special ed, but they're lost. And they're not where they're supposed to be. And a lot of them are not getting the accommodations that they should. And unfortunately, because of, we're new, I shouldn't say we're new because we've always been here, but our ability to know our rights and to know what we could ask for, what we could request, what we should demand. We're too busy, a lot of times we don't know this. And not only that, we're too busy being nice. They don't have to like us. Because remember, it's better to be disliked and our children reach the academic goals so that they can succeed in this world with or without us, than us being liked and us being nice and our children are being left behind. Not good enough, not acceptable. And so I am reaching out to all my parents. Please dialogue with me. If you got questions, there's something that you want to talk about, let's talk. But this dialogue needs to be had, because we have got to make sure that our children are getting the educational services that they should get. And I'm telling you, parents that have children that have been diagnosed with Down syndrome, you push for your children to be included, because it has been a proven fact that our kids learn better with their peers, and usually by their peers, better than they do us and with educators. Now, yes, we are their first teachers, so they get their socialization from us, they get their push, their drive from us, and they learn from us first. But we're the ones that give them the foundation that's going to help them succeed. And as long as we give them that and we are actively involved in their learning process, they're going to succeed and they're going to get to the level that we want them to. So parents, let's not let our children get caught up in this epidemic that is in our nation, because it is in our nation. And we have more battles that we're going to have to fight, and this does not need to be one of them. So now I am going to stop right there, because then I'm going to go off on a tangent. But ladies and gents, I encourage you, to all my parents with Down syndrome, see what your rights are. Get your children push for inclusion. I don't care what level they are on. If they are 2 years behind the rest of their peers, and the school system is telling you, well, your child can't be here, then you know what, for example, then what you do is you request that he has a one-on-one to follow him throughout his classes that will help him. Something. He needs good socialization skills. So if that means him even having recess with the rest of his peers, which is just not about recess, because really it's about academics, then so be it. But he needs that stimulation, he needs that help, he needs that push. For those of you all who have children my age that are toddler state, push for pre-K. All day pre-K, because they need the organization, the repetition, and the structure. That is what's going to push our kids to the next level, and to make it in with the rest of their peers, and to be and to be at the level with the rest of their peers. Because our children can be just as strong and as independent as any other typical child out there. All right, ladies and gents, this is Allie Talks, and you know how I get. When I start talking, I go on one of my tangents, but I'm going to let you all go. Please subscribe. Please input, give me dialogue, give me feed, tell me what you think. I'll see you all later. Bye.